We're talking about the morning cleanse today.
This is a medical medium wonder that we're really, really into, and we do this throughout the year, but this is a really great time of year to do this because we're now in the month of April. We are squarely into spring right now, and spring is a really great time to do any kind of a cleanse.
Prime time.
Prime time for cleansing.
We made fresh squeezed lemon water with reverse osmosis water that's been re-mineralized with trace minerals, and celery juice, and the heavy metal detox smoothie. We have upped our game because we've been doing this for so long. We have 32 ounces of each. And the idea with the morning cleanse is that you take in no radical fats before noon. So,
meaning no fat, meaning zero fat.
No fat.
So that means there's no avocados in the mix, there's no coconut, anything.
You can coconut water.
Well, coconut water, but no anything with the meat in it. There's no fat, zero fat.
No oils, no nut butters, and it gives your liver an opportunity to empty its trash, basically.
Yeah,
to do its thing.
overnight the liver is getting together all the toxins that it's going to release. And so when you get up in the morning, that's when the trash is going out from the liver. So between the time you get up in the morning and noon, no fat, zero fat. The minute you eat fat, you stop that cleansing process. So, if you need to eat something, then you can have fruit. You could have oatmeal with some bananas on it, but you might not want to do that because you've made the smoothie which has bananas, but that never stops me. I'll still put more blueberries and bananas, and I like to put cinnamon all over it, or you could take raisins and have cinnamon all over that, and then maple syrup to sweeten it. Zero fat in any of that. If you're interested in something that's savory, you could make some millet and then put like a really chunky salsa all over it, which would be really yummy, like a really garlicky, yummy salsa.
That sounds good.
Doesn't that sound yummy? It does sound good.
So this is
and
fresh squeezed lemon water. Start your day with this. This is our non-negotiable.
Yeah,
if
every
we don't
morning.
do celery juice or the heavy metal detox smoothie, we always do lemon water. And we drink this throughout the day. I'm pretty much obsessed. Squeezing fresh lemon, adding in the water. I like mine chilled. Willow likes hers room temp.
Yeah, and
drink it first thing in the morning.
First
on
thing
an
in the
empty
morning.
Stomach.
And you don't have to start with these big amounts. You could start with half of this, 16 ounces. Take one lemon, squeeze it into your water, down that water. Then you can move on to the celery juice. Do 16 ounces. If for some crazy reason I've met people that don't like celery juice, so start with 8 ounces and begin to build up.
But in between each drink, give it about 30 minutes though.
15 to 30 minutes.
15 to 30 minutes. But wait 15 to 30 minutes before, 15 to 30 minutes after. I would suggest 30 minutes, especially with the celery.
Yeah, between the celery.
And the heavy metal detox.
Agreed, yeah.
And then, so water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie. Now,
and again, this is a lot too. So you could do this smoothie, split it in half, and then have half of it later on in the day. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so good.
We have
for
a
you.
video on actually the celery juice and the heavy metal detox smoothie. We'll drop them below if you want to watch them. The benefits of the heavy metal detox smoothie. They have 5 key ingredients that work synergistically together to remove heavy metals from your system. They're dulse, which is a sea vegetable, barley grass juice extract, cilantro, which I love, eat tons of cilantro. Spirulina.
Spirulina, yeah.
Fresh orange juice.
And wild blueberries.
Of course, why I always
you
forget
always forget them. The organic
most
wild blueberry.
Wild organic blueberries. They come in the frozen section.
You'll never find them anywhere but the frozen section.
Wild organic, not the fresh blueberries from the produce section. They are the wild version.
Yeah, they're always going to be frozen because they either come from, unless you live in Maine, you might be able to get them not frozen.
Powerful, nutritious foods on the planet, literally. So check out the videos if you're interested in more
check out the
info.
video because it'll break down with all of these ingredients. what each one of them does and how they work together. It's really, this is powerful. It's so powerful.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't always make the heavy metal detox smoothie. And one way we commit to the celery juice is we'll go buy a case of celery at a time. We have an extra refrigerator. And that way we know we've spent the money, we're going to do it. But you know, sometimes we fall off for a couple days at a time, but we're always drinking the lemon water. And I'm never sorry to drink the celery juice or the heavy metal detox smoothie. Just wanted to encourage you to maybe give the morning cleanse a try, even if you don't do these components here. Adding in at least the lemon water to your diet, give the celery juice a try, and cut your fat in the morning to 0. For a little while, just try it out, a couple days. It's April. And no fats until noon, and see how you feel. See if your energy improves, see if your skin improves. We're about to dive into some form of a cleanse. I think just cutting our fat. We love fat.
It might be the 369 cleanse that we do. And
yeah,
if,
which
and
is
if
no
in case
fat.
we do that, then we will
share
document it and share it.
But people ask us all the time about fat. We have a raw vegan business. We really believed in the high fat protocol for quite a long time. Our ideas have shifted. We still take in a lot of good quality fats. When I say good quality, I mean nut butters, coconut
she means
butters,
vegan, so it's like, yeah,
no animal fats,
no animal fats, no dairy fats,
no canola oil, no
specific. The only oils that we use are coconut oil,
olive
oil, and once in a while avocado oil, and those are the only fats. Those are the only liquid forms of fat that we take in.
I love avocado.
And then we're sparing with them. Like it's, you know, there's so many different ways you can do things and reduce the oil content.
So fat is fat. Is fat.
Well, that's how the liver does not discern between good fat and bad fat. Like, say, you know, the fat from a steak and the fat from an avocado. Now, I think all of us would look at that and say, well, there's a difference there, and there is a difference there, but the liver does not discern that difference.
And we love fat. We do share a lot of fatty things, and we also share a lot of medical medium stuff because it's been such a game changer.
It has.
And his information specifically is geared towards people who are struggling with any form of illness. And so when you cut your fat out, specifically doing like a no animal fat, no animal products, cut your fat entirely when you're healing on some kind of illness, even if it's something you're struggling with mentally or something like that, it truly does help to help your body to begin to do some inner healing and repair work. And so we share a lot of that stuff because it's really changed our picture and our approach to food. So we tend to merge the higher fat with the low fat to no fat and kind of meet it somewhere in the middle sometimes with what we're offering, or we go hard one direction and swing it back the other way.
Because you'll see in our videos, we have quite a bit of sweets, but I really feel like if you don't every once in a while indulge, you're going to go overboard. You know, whenever we get obsessive and we cut everything out, oftentimes when we're especially in the beginning of our processes, it's a setup for what feels like a failure.
Or you feel like you're on a diet.
Yeah,
and then you give it up.
Suck.
And so we love to have raw desserts around, or even vegan ones. In fact, we just made a really amazing tiramisu cake, or all raw cake. Yesterday, I wish you could have some because I don't know what we're going to do with it all.
We're going to share
Keep it in the freezer, give it to some people. But yeah, we keep them around because we know that the quality of the food that we're making is really high, and we know exactly what the ingredients are.
And fat isn't entirely bad for you. It's like, so there, you know, how we were saying the liver doesn't discern between good fat and bad fat. There are good fats and bad fats, and we can discern between them. And so, you know, it's like, it's our bodies need all of this stuff. It needs protein. It needs some fat. It just doesn't need all the protein and fat that we think it does. There's just so many myths around fat and protein right now. You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, people think that they're eating so low fat when they're eating like chicken or fish. You're not. You might be eating slightly lower fat than beef, but you're not really. There's so much fat in animal product. No
So
getting around it.
we just get really excited for the alternative, and always looking for obviously to make things taste delicious and approachable, not too complicated. But what are the things you love to keep around? What are the things I got to have on stock? Like, I definitely always want some kind of raw chocolates in my freezer, you know. I
like
kind
the
of
breads. Like, I like the
love the
banana
breads,
bread
too.
or the lemon loaf cake or the pumpkin bread. I'm obsessed with those. I love bread. It's just one of the things I love. And that banana bread, I just don't even kind of feel fat. I'm bad about it. There's like what? There's how much?
The only fat in that banana bread, and also I'll put the link below. That bread is so delicious. The
So
only fat
delicious.
is some almond milk that we make.
How much
in the
almond
bread.
milk is in that whole thing?
I can't remember. Maybe a half cup or 3/4 cup or something in a full loaf. But it's just, there's ways to cook with, yes, using some fat, but not overly fat, like lower fat versions and whatever. But we're talking about the morning cleanse, and that's why we're talking
But we're talking
fat.
about fat because the whole notion is that we're giving the liver a break, because most of us in this country, if we don't have fatty liver disease or a sluggish liver, we're on the trajectory to that, just because our culture eats so much fat and we don't tend to decide to discern between them. So, you know, we're not saying completely take fat out of your diet. We're saying give your liver a break in the first part of the day, and then, you know,
Or at least
indulge
every
later.
once in a while.
Indulge later.
Yeah.
Just that first part of the day between the time you get up and noon, challenge yourself. It's just a challenge. It's exciting.
She loves to challenge people,
I do.
meaning me.
Well, I like to experiment with my own self, you know, like all of these things, we've done them. We're into them. Not because they don't work, but because they do.
And I personally really love the celery juice. It really just, I don't know, I just love the flavor.
Yeah, I do too.
And I love the way that my mindset feels when I commit to these practices. And I'm not perfect. I'm not some diehard. I sometimes I'm better at it than others on staying on top. But generally speaking, I am really committed to having a super healthy diet, generally speaking. But I also want to feel like I'm getting satisfaction, which is why I throw in those
Snickers bars.
Snickers bars, because Snickers satisfies you. Also, I love to eat, you know, vegan cheeses and breads and things like that, pastas, all kind of stuff like that. So I'm always looking for that angle to make it super grubbin tasting, and then also know that I'm going to feel really great and not crash after I eat.
Well, and in the summer, I feel like we tend to eat more raw because it's just that much easier. We eat way more fruit in the summer, like way more. I find I eat more bananas and apples during the winter seasons. Bananas and
banana and
apples
ice cream in the
and
summer.
pears. Yeah.
Freeze some bananas and make some ice cream. Just put the bananas in the blender with a little water, vanilla.
We'll
And
do
then you've
it.
got nice
We'll do a
cream.
version of it, and maybe what we should do is the ice cream sandwich.
See? Cheat.
I
but
mean,
not.
it's not though. I mean, if we don't allow ourselves some of the things that we desire,
Maybe trickery is the
especially
word.
in the better versions of them, then it's a setup. We're setting ourselves up, you know what I mean? And not in the good way, for potentially something that feels like failure.
Well, we never feel like we're missing out on anything because, like I said, we always have some of this stuff on deck. We always have something sweet we can get. We always have that texture that we're looking for. There's always some kind of bread around or something baked-ish, or at least something raw.
Right now, I'm obsessed. Like, my favorite thing to eat for dinner right now is the pad thai salad. It's like, I'm obsessed with it. And you know, the only fat in that is the almond butter.
I'll have to drop that video below too, since Willow
It's
just
just
mentioned it.
like, I am obsessed with that meal. I'm obsessed with it. It's so yummy. You're just taking in so much spinach.
I
And
want to have that later.
I want it for dinner tonight.
See, and that has almond butter sauce on it.
yeah,
So
it's so good.
But anyway, this is the morning cleanse, and it makes the morning feel much better.
I have one more thing to say about celery juice. When personally for myself, because I am 58 years old, and so I'm constantly thinking about my skin because, you know, just naturally nothing stays the same, everything's changing. But when I am consistently drinking the celery juice, I feel like my skin glows. I feel like my skin glows. It's so interesting. In fact, I was thinking about that picture. There's something, I don't know if it's on our Instagram or on our website or on YouTube, but there's an image of us where you're wearing all white and going like this in the kitchen, and I've got on like a sagey green color, and we had been religiously, like for probably months, doing the celery juice, and I feel like my skin at the time, I think that picture was taken when I was 57, but I just feel like my skin is glowing. You know, it just looks like it's glowing. And
as we move through the summer months, maybe you'll notice a change in our skin complexion. Definitely more tan.
Yeah.
Over here.
I love to be tan. I know people say it's bad. I sunscreen up. I take care of it. It just makes me feel really happy.
Yeah. She's got a problem with the tanning.
But
natural. You do it naturally. You're not going to a tan in bed.
No.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
But her skin, yeah, she can handle it better than me.
Well, I'm part Native American, so I feel like it's a birthright.
Yeah, you need to get some color on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, we're just going to drop in a little video of our making all of this as well. If you have everything on hand, it's not that deep of a process. You can squeeze extra lemon to last for a day or two.
And there's good companies like the barley grass juice extract. It's a powder. So, and you can order it off of Amazon. I was putting up the picture of the bottle. I unfortunately had taken the spirulina and put it into a smaller container, but we'll put we'll put some notes in there about the spirulina that we use. The medical medium loves the company Vimergy. So if you're into that, I can't say that I've used any of the Vimergy products. I tend to use, what's the company? Oh God.
We'll just have to look at the jar.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions or want to banter about the medical medium,
or about fat, or about the
questions
cleanses,
about fat, or
about
our
the liver,
approach, please feel free to inquire. We love to share all things.
And I always like to say, don't trust everything I'm saying. Get curious and do some of your own research. That's all that we've done.
We don't have the answers for anybody, and still looking for them for ourselves. So
yeah, it's like we're constantly, you know,
but we do have a lot of experience in this plant-based realm because
we're crazy into it.
It's been our business for a long time now, and we're just in a different phase of it, which is sitting on the porch talking about it, I guess. As we're sharing information. That's what we're doing.
I don't
we're
think
sharing
this is called a porch.
What is it?
I think it's like oh, you're right.
It's
maybe it is a screened-in porch.
Welcome to the South, Willow.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, whatever.
Okay. On that note,
I think we're going to be done.
Get you some.
Get you some.
Get you some celery juice.
Finishing my lemon water. Actually, this is about, I think I've had probably about 50 ounces of water so far this morning. One more thing to say. I'm not a giant fan of water, but the lemon, like I was somebody who was dehydrated a lot and didn't drink enough water because I don't like the taste of water. But I will say that the lemon water has changed. It's been a game changer for me. I drink so much. I try to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day. And the other thing I really, really love is Mountain Valley spring water. That water tastes good. It tastes so good,
fresh.
So interesting.
And I love water, but we do only drink reverse osmosis water that's been re-mineralized because we don't trust the tap. And we will go fill up our jugs. We also did a video on that too.
Yeah.
We will go fill up our jugs and just have them, many of them on hand.
Usually nine 3-gallon jugs are always around, always. Just can't, it's like, I gotta have my water, gotta have it.
So then I can very confidently chug this water because I know that it's not coming from the tap.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right, peace.
Peace out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to our Pixie Retreat channel, where we will continue to bring you more goodness. Teresa, get you some, get you some, get you some.
Bye.
Bye.